Quiet changes often speak the loudest. One morning, the brush holds more strands than usual. The ponytail feels thinner, the part looks wider. For many women over 50, hair loss does not arrive suddenly. It comes slowly, almost politely, until one day it can no longer be ignored. And here is the part most people never talk about. What you eat every day may be helping your hair grow back or silently pushing it to fall out faster. In this video, you are going to learn something most women are never told. Nuts are often praised as healthy, but not all nuts protect your hair. Some nourish the scalp and wake up weak follicles. Others, when eaten the wrong way or in the wrong amount, can quietly worsen shedding. Today you will learn 4 nuts that can support hair regrowth for women over 50, and 4 that may be working against you without obvious warning signs. This matters because after 50 the body changes how it uses nutrients. Hormones shift, absorption slows. The scalp becomes more sensitive to inflammation and mineral imbalance. A food that once felt harmless can suddenly have a stronger effect. Many women focus on shampoos, oils, and treatments, yet overlook what reaches the hair roots from the inside. Hair is not dead decoration. It is living tissue that depends on blood flow, minerals, healthy fats, and balance. When that balance tips, hair follicles enter rest mode. Growth slows, shedding increases. The surprising part is that some of the most common nuts in kitchens around the world can tip that balance the wrong way if you are not careful. This video will walk you through the difference. You will learn which nuts support circulation to the scalp, which ones help reduce internal inflammation, and which ones provide the exact nutrients aging hair follicles struggle to get. You will also learn which nuts can overload the body with certain minerals, stress the system, or interfere with healthy hair cycles when eaten too often. These are not dramatic claims. These are quiet effects that build over time, which is why many women never connect the dots. By the end of this video, you will be able to look at a bowl of nuts and know which ones are helping your hair and which ones deserve limits. This knowledge gives you control. It shifts hair care from guesswork to informed choice. Stay until the end because the final takeaway ties everything together in a way that can change how you snack, how you nourish your scalp, and how you support hair strength naturally as you age. Small adjustments can make a real difference when done consistently. If you care about protecting your hair, keeping it fuller for longer, and understanding the truth behind everyday foods, this video is made for you. Welcome to our channel, where we break down health topics clearly and honestly, without hype or confusion. If you value simple, science-based guidance that respects your body and your time, subscribe now and join a community focused on aging stronger, smarter, and healthier. After the age of 50, hair changes are no longer random. They follow a pattern driven by what is happening inside the body. Hair thinning becomes more common because the systems that once supported strong growth begin to slow down. One of the biggest shifts happens with hormones. After menopause, estrogen levels drop. Estrogen helps keep hair in the growth phase for longer periods. When it declines, more hair follicles move into the resting phase. This means hair grows more slowly and sheds more easily. At the same time, the body becomes more sensitive to inflammation. Even low-grade inflammation can weaken hair roots over time. Another change happens in digestion and absorption. As we age, the stomach produces less acid and the intestines absorb nutrients less efficiently. You may be eating healthy foods, but fewer vitamins and minerals are reaching your hair follicles. Iron, zinc, and healthy fats are especially affected. Without enough of these, hair strands become thinner and break more easily. Blood circulation also changes after 50. The scalp may receive less steady blood flow, which means less oxygen and fewer nutrients reach the hair roots. When follicles are underfed, they shrink. Smaller follicles produce finer hair. Over time, this creates visible thinning. This is why what you eat becomes more important than ever. Certain foods can gently support circulation, reduce inflammation, and deliver the nutrients aging hair follicles need to stay active. Nuts are one of those foods, but only when chosen wisely. The right nuts can act like quiet helpers, feeding the scalp from the inside and supporting the natural hair cycle. They provide healthy fats that keep cell membranes flexible, vitamins that protect follicles from damage, and minerals that support growth signals. When inflammation is lower and nutrients are steady, hair has a better chance to regrow stronger, even after 50. Nuts affect hair because they are dense sources of fats, vitamins, and minerals. Hair is made mostly of protein, but it relies heavily on fats and micronutrients to grow properly. Healthy fats help hormones function smoothly and support the structure of hair cells. Vitamins protect hair follicles from oxidative stress, which increases with age. Minerals act as messengers that tell follicles when to grow and when to rest. When these nutrients are balanced, hair growth feels more stable. However, balance is the key word. Too much of certain minerals can disturb the system. system. The body does not store excess minerals safely the way it stores fat. When intake is too high, the excess can create stress. One example is selenium. Selenium is needed in very small amounts for thyroid health and antioxidant defense. But when intake goes beyond what the body needs, it can trigger symptoms like brittle hair, increased shedding, and scalp sensitivity. This is why some nuts that are praised for their mineral content can become a problem when eaten too often. Hair follicles are sensitive. They respond not just to deficiency but also to overload. This is especially true after 50, when detox systems slow down. Understanding how nuts work allows you to use them as support rather than stress. The goal is not to eat more but to eat smarter. When nuts are chosen and portioned correctly, they nourish hair roots instead of confusing them. Almonds are one of the most supportive nuts for hair health after 50. They are rich in vitamin E, a nutrient known for its protective role in the body. Vitamin E helps neutralize free radicals, which are unstable molecules that damage cells. Hair follicles are especially vulnerable to this kind of damage because they are constantly active. When oxidative stress increases, follicles weaken and hair strands grow thinner. Vitamin E helps protect the scalp and follicles from this stress. Almonds also contain biotin, a vitamin often associated with hair strength. Biotin supports keratin production, which is the main protein that makes up hair. While severe biotin deficiency is rare, small amounts from foods like almonds help maintain steady supply. Almonds also provide healthy fats that support hormone balance and scalp moisture. A dry, tight scalp is more likely to shed hair. The fats in almonds help keep the scalp environment calm and nourished. Over time, this creates better conditions for hair to grow. Almonds work quietly. They do not force hair growth. They support the foundation so follicles can do their job properly. Walnuts offer a different type of support. They are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which play a key role in reducing inflammation. Inflammation is one of the hidden drivers of hair thinning after 50. It can come from stress, poor sleep, blood sugar swings, or aging itself. When inflammation reaches the scalp, it disrupts the hair cycle. Follicles may enter the resting phase earlier than they should. Omega-3 fats help calm this response. They support the immune system and reduce inflammatory signals in the body. Walnuts also contain antioxidants that protect scalp cells from damage. Another benefit of walnuts is their support for circulation. Healthy fats help keep blood vessels flexible, allowing better blood flow to the scalp. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach hair roots. Walnuts also contain small amounts of minerals like copper, which helps with pigmentation and hair strength. When eaten in moderation, walnuts help create an internal environment where hair follicles feel safe to grow. Pumpkin seeds are small, but they offer powerful support for hair growth. They are rich in zinc, a mineral that plays a central role in hair follicle function. Zinc helps regulate the hair growth cycle and supports tissue repair. Low zinc levels are linked to increased shedding and slower regrowth. After 50, zinc absorption often declines, making dietary sources more important. Pumpkin seeds also provide iron, another critical mineral for hair health. Iron helps carry oxygen in the blood. When iron is low, hair follicles do not receive enough oxygen to stay active. This can push them into a resting state. Even mild iron deficiency can affect hair density. Pumpkin seeds offer a plant-based source of iron that supports steady intake. They also contain healthy fats and antioxidants that support scalp health. The combination of zinc and iron makes pumpkin seeds especially valuable for women who notice thinning along the part or crown. These nutrients help strengthen follicles and support new growth over time. Chia seeds and flax seeds are often grouped with nuts because of how they are used in the diet. They provide unique benefits for hair health, especially after 50. Both are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation and support scalp circulation. They also provide protein, which supplies amino acids needed for hair structure. Chia and flax seeds contain fiber, which supports gut health. A healthy gut improves nutrient absorption, allowing more vitamins and minerals to reach the hair follicles. These seeds also contain plant compounds that support hormone balance. This is important after menopause, when hormonal shifts affect hair growth patterns. Chia and flax seeds absorb water and form a gel-like texture. This helps stabilize blood sugar, reducing spikes that can trigger inflammation. When blood sugar is more stable, hair follicles experience less stress. Over time, this creates a more supportive environment for hair regeneration. These seeds work best when used consistently in small amounts. They are gentle supporters rather than aggressive stimulators. Together, these nuts and seeds show how food can influence hair health in subtle but meaningful ways. They do not act overnight. They work through daily nourishment, supporting follicles as they adapt to the changes that come with aging. When the scalp receives steady nutrients, inflammation stays lower, circulation improves, and follicles remain active longer. This is why understanding the role of nuts after 50 matters. The right choices can support hair strength and density in a natural, sustainable way, without forcing the body or overwhelming it. Not every nut supports hair health in the same way, especially after the age of 50, when the body reacts more strongly to excess and imbalance. Some nuts that are often praised for their nutrient density can quietly become a problem when eaten too frequently or in large amounts. This does not mean they are dangerous foods or that everyone will experience hair loss from them. It means that after 50, the margin for error becomes smaller. The body processes minerals more slowly, detox pathways are less efficient, and hair follicles become more sensitive to internal stress signals. One of the most important examples is Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are extremely high in selenium. Selenium is a trace mineral the body needs in very small amounts. It supports thyroid function and antioxidant systems when kept within a narrow range. The problem is that just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts can contain more selenium than the body needs for an entire day. When selenium intake repeatedly exceeds what the body can handle, it begins to accumulate. Excess selenium places stress on cells and interferes with normal hair follicle activity. Hair strands may become brittle, shedding may increase gradually, the scalp may feel more sensitive or dry. Because this process happens slowly, many women never suspect a connection. They continue eating Brazil nuts believing they are doing something healthy, while the body quietly signals overload. After 50, the ability to clear excess selenium declines, making this effect more pronounced. What once caused no issue at a younger age can suddenly become a trigger for hair shedding. Paradise nuts present a similar issue, but on an even stronger level. These nuts contain extremely high amounts of selenium, sometimes more than Brazil nuts. They are less common, but they are occasionally consumed as health foods or supplements. In documented cases, excessive intake has been linked to clear signs of selenium overload, including hair loss. This type of hair loss is not inflammatory or hormonal. It is a toxic response. The hair follicles receive signals to stop growing as the body attempts to protect itself from excess mineral stress. Hair enters the shedding phase earlier than it should. This can result in sudden or noticeable thinning. After 50, the risk increases because the body's buffering systems are weaker. The liver and kidneys work harder to remove excess minerals, and when they are strained, hair growth becomes a lower priority. Hair is not essential for survival, so the body redirects resources away from it during stress. This is why selenium-rich nuts must be treated with caution. They are powerful, not gentle. They require strict moderation to avoid unintended effects. Pecans are different in nature, but they can still contribute to hair problems under certain conditions. Pecans are high in calories and fats, and they are often consumed in sweetened or roasted forms that include added sugars. After 50, the body becomes more sensitive to blood sugar spikes and metabolic stress. Frequent intake of high-calorie, sugary foods raises inflammation levels in the body. Inflammation is one of the most common hidden enemies of hair follicles. When inflammation rises, it disrupts the hair growth cycle. Follicles may shrink or remain in the resting phase longer than normal. Over time, this results in thinner hair and reduced density. Pecans themselves are not harmful, but the way they are often consumed can create a problem. Large portions, sweet coatings, and frequent snacking can push the body into a state of low-grade inflammation. This inflammation affects the scalp just as it affects joints or blood vessels. Hair follicles are sensitive to inflammatory signals. When those signals remain elevated, hair growth slows and shedding increases. After 50, this effect becomes more noticeable because the scalp has fewer protective reserves. Peanuts present another unique challenge. Peanuts are technically legumes, but they are commonly grouped with nuts in the diet. One concern with peanuts is contamination. Peanuts are prone to developing aflatoxins, which are toxins produced by certain molds. These toxins can stress the liver and immune system when consumed over time. The liver plays a key role in hormone balance, detoxification, and nutrient processing. When liver function is under strain, hair health often suffers. The body prioritizes essential organs and reduces support to non-essential functions like hair growth. This can lead to weaker strands, slower growth, and increased shedding. Peanuts can also be inflammatory for some individuals, especially when consumed in processed forms such as peanut butter with added oils and sugars. After 50, food sensitivities may become more pronounced. Chronic low-level immune activation can affect the scalp environment and interfere with normal hair cycling. Again, this does not mean peanuts must be avoided completely. It means awareness is needed. Frequency, portion size, and quality matter more than ever. Understanding these risks is not about fear, it is about balance. Nuts are concentrated foods. A small amount delivers a large nutritional impact. This is helpful when the nutrients support hair follicles, but it becomes harmful when they overwhelm the system. After 50, eating nuts the right way becomes just as important as choosing the right ones. A small handful once or twice a day is usually enough to gain benefits without creating overload. Spreading intake throughout the week helps prevent accumulation of excess minerals. Combining nuts with a balanced diet that includes vegetables and quality proteins improves nutrient absorption and reduces metabolic stress. Vegetables provide antioxidants and fiber that help the body process fats and minerals more efficiently. Proteins supply amino acids needed for hair structure and repair. Together, they create a supportive environment for hair growth. Avoiding very large quantities of selenium-rich nuts is especially important. The body does not need daily high doses of selenium. Occasional intake is sufficient. More is not better. When selenium intake remains within a safe range, it supports thyroid health and antioxidant defenses. When it exceeds that range, it disrupts hair growth signals. This balance becomes more delicate with age. Paying attention to portion size protects hair follicles from unnecessary stress. Hair loss after 50 is often blamed entirely on aging, but aging alone does not tell the full story. Diet plays a quiet but powerful role. Choosing the right nuts and limiting the ones that strain the body can reduce unnecessary shedding and support healthier hair cycles. Small shifts in daily habits can change how the scalp responds over time. Hair follicles respond to consistency, not extremes. When the internal environment becomes calmer and more balanced, hair has a better chance to remain strong, active, and resilient as the years progress. Hair changes after 50 can feel frustrating, but they are not something you are powerless against. What you choose to eat each day sends quiet signals to your body, including your scalp and hair roots. When you understand which foods support growth and which ones create stress, you gain back control. The goal is not perfection, it is awareness and consistency. Even small changes repeated daily can support stronger, healthier hair over time. If this video gave you clarity or helped you see your diet differently, take a moment to show your support. Hit the like button so more women can find this information. Subscribe to the channel for simple, evidence-based tips that help you age with confidence and strength, and share this video with someone who might be struggling with hair thinning but does not know where to start. I would also love to hear from you, so tell us in the comments which of these nuts you are adding to your daily routine. Your experience may help someone else take the first step.